This is emperor's new clothes stuff. Joe Biden should have run on a firm promise that he would be a one-term president. Dems could have gotten a lot of people up in the bullpen, and they could have sorted through those people. If Biden's hubris is such that he doesn't understand the best interest of his party and, more important, his country, then he has to be shown the door, period.
Meanwhile, Vice President Harris is saying she would be ready if needed. She told the Wall Street Journal, quote, "I am ready to serve. There's no question about that," and that everyone who sees her on the job, quote, walks away fully aware of my capacity to lead.
You guys, do you think changing candidates in the middle of a race when people have already voted, this is not like changing your underwear.
In the middle of a
people
race.
have already voted. There's already delegates that have been apportioned.
But there's an off-ramp here, and I think one of the off-ramps that we need to think about is once all of the delegates are received, the DNC will be certifying the delegates, right, and the count, and Gavin Newsom can be swapped out if Joe Biden decides to
or
step
another
aside,
candidate.
or
it
another
can
candidate.
be done.
And
I think it's important the public knows.
I know, but I don't think Kamala Harris will be so happy about that, and the black community might turn.
I don't think they're going to turn if
like
she
that.
remains the vice president of the United States.
Vice President Kamala Harris said in a Wall Street Journal interview published on Monday that she is ready to step up if President Joe Biden cannot continue to serve. She defended Biden's mental acuity and capacity to do the job after special counsel Robert Hur described Biden as an elderly man with a poor memory.
I guess the question now is it too late? And I don't think it is, because I still think you can do it at the convention. And people have said to me, "Oh, that's ridiculous. They'll look like nothing. Nobody gives what you do at the convention." They'd be thrilled if they did it the day before the election. You could switch him out at the convention.
People are watching him, and again, 76% of them have those concerns, and so do some of his donors. This is what the Washington Post is saying. Quote, top Biden donors were fielding calls and text messages from anxious Democrats, asking if other Democrats still had time to jump into the presidential race. When is Gavin getting in? Or how about Whitmer or Shapiro, buzzed around Democratic circles over the last 24 hours.
Look at who Vegas odds makers are saying have the best chances of being elected this fall. Trump is a 5 to 6 shot. It's better than even. Biden 15 to 8, a little better than 2 to 1. Next in line, Michelle Obama 11 to 1, ahead of Nikki Haley, Gavin Newsom, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Kamala Harris. I don't know about you, David. I've got people in my orbit, and my radio listeners say the same thing. There's like always a family member who says, in my case, it's my brother, keep your eye on Michelle Obama.
The special counsel's report, which explained why Hur is declining to prosecute the president for his handling of classified documents, sparked a new round of concern and questions about the 81-year-old Biden's memory and the limits he faces. If he secures and finishes a second term, Biden would be 86. An ABC News poll conducted after Hur's report found 86% of American overall voters think Biden is too old to be president another 4 years. A national poll by NBC News also found 76% of respondents had either major or moderate concerns about Biden's mental and physical health. Both Biden and Harris are consistently unpopular.
Fox News alert. President Biden with reporters last night, firing back at that damaging special counsel report that highlights his, quote, diminished faculties.
In his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president, and I put this country back on its feet.
But moments later, another gaffe. Biden mixing up Mexico and Egypt while talking about the situation in Gaza.
As you know, initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
Wow. One such reason for the precipitous drop in Biden's approval are ongoing concerns surrounding Biden's mental fitness for the job. Now, during a recent campaign stop, Biden referenced a meeting he had with Mitterrand from Germany after being elected. One small problem, actually a couple small problems. Mitterrand was the French president, and he died in 1996. Take a look.
People have pled guilty. You know, Right after I was elected, I went to what they call a G7 meeting, all the NATO leaders. It was in the south of England. And I sat down and I said, America's back. And Mitterrand from from France looked at me and said, said, you know, how long are you back for?
Compounding concerns of Biden's mental health failures seem to be his unwillingness to do interviews.
Public perception is formed by how you perform in front of the camera. And on that, I think the president has lost a step, and it has hurt him.
I talk to people in the White House all the time, and you know, they know it's an issue, but as I like to say, look, it's a legitimate issue.
This is Emperor's New Clothes stuff. Joe Biden should have run on a firm promise that he would be a one-term president. Dems could have gotten a lot of people up in the bullpen, and they could have sorted through those people. If Biden's hubris is such that he doesn't understand the best interest of his party and, more important, his country, then he has to be shown the door, period.